lot of our listeners are aspiring founders. Maybe they're doing sales now and they're coming up with an idea. Like their current founders, they just started their company. Maybe they're at a later stage. But for the aspiring folks that maybe don't understand like why you need capital at the early stages, and why you can't, like my business doesn't need capital. It's a services business. It just kind of started with Tim and that was fine. But where does venture capital come in to the mix? Why is it valuable? And then you mentioned some aspects of the relationship capital that's there too.
Yeah, like not every tech company needs to raise capital, and when I tell founders that they shouldn't raise VC money, they look at me funny. But I think it's a tool, and it creates certain expectations in terms of where you should get to with the tool. There's a whole ecosystem of folks that are bootstrap SaaS founders, right? So you can do it without it, but it's a tool. Okay, so what is it a tool for? To me, I bucket it into two, right? So it's either R&D, so you're either spending a lot of money upfront, or like ahead of the next year or two's technical demands. And for a real tech company, I really think that's core. And on the B2B side, sales and marketing, and on the consumer side, typically marketing, right? So once you found something that's working, they say like, don't raise venture capital until you don't need it. But if your unit economics are good or seem like they will be good, and you can sort of prove out that early on, then if for every dollar you're investing in sales and marketing, you're generating some multiple of that through customer lifetime value, then raising some money now and giving up 10, 20, 30% of your business to accelerate that is great, because you're just accelerating the compounding of the cash flows in the business, like purely economically. And so we know there's obviously other uses. In fintech, there's regulatory upfront hurdles to overcome, or security. There's certain specific things, but really it's R&D or sales and marketing. Those are the main levers. And I think early on, folks will assess what you've done with little to no capital. But it's more about, okay, if you've done that with no capital, what can you do with capital to accelerate? The other thing is how aggressive the founders want to be. Sometimes you can bootstrap your way, and some people are very ingenious at bootstrapping. And if you can get all your customers prepaying annually, and things like that, then that's lots of great cash flow in the business up front. Or if you can pre-sell customers to fund development, that's another trick that I see people do. That's great. It's really a matter then of how aggressively you want to attack the market. Do you want to grind it out, and are you going to be at this 10 to 20 years, or do you want to sort of really invest in sort of getting the product different and better than everyone else as fast as possible, and winning market share? And some people, they can have a lifestyle business that kicks off cash, and that's great. And some people can bootstrap a business beyond just a lifestyle business. I hate that phrase, but it's sort of the cash flowing one that doesn't have other investors expecting an exit.
Right.
But yeah, as I say, it's a tool.